we had chose it because we were going to put the framework from here inside of the what'll be the main house a few years down the road. But now we decided to use it as a cold storage type, not necessarily cold storage, but dry storage for the material that is going to be used on the barn house. So, a few things you want to look for when looking at the barn. This is just based on my experience over the last 10 years since I took them down last, which has been quite a long time. So when you first look at the barn, like that siding out there is starting to fall out. And when we go around the back, you'll see that a bunch has caved in. But for the most part, when you look down the sides, they're pretty straight. I mean, there's nothing that's bowing in and out real bad, so it's pretty decent shape. Next part you want to look at is what it's going to take to all take it apart. Personally, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have taken this barn down from a business standpoint, just because this section here on the front all has to come off. The only thing that's salvageable is just the tin on the roof, which isn't worth a whole lot. Then in the back section there, that has to come off, that lean-to that's on there. There's a few pieces of wood on there that are savable, but not a whole lot. You can save some of the small pieces for arts and crafts and that kind of shit, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to salvage it as far as resale. This barn does have a newer roof on it. I'll have to ask the family when that was done or why that was done. But another thing you want to check is anywhere on the roof. Like the other barn that we took down had a hole in the front, so that lets in a lot of water and moisture. Most of the times when you see barns collapsing, it's because water came in somewhere and then the wind got a hold of it. So that's a big no. So this lean-to, which it goes from the corner here out, we're not going to save. Uh, these brown boards are not real desirable. Like a lot of people go for faded gray or just regular gray. I don't know if you can zoom into the boards back there, but the ones that aren't painted, those have a little bit of green on them from some mold or moss, whatever. Those are more desirable because they blend in with a lot of different colors when people use it for home decor. Like a what do the ladies call that in the room? Accent wall, is that what it's called? But anyway, these are not real desirable, this color of brown, but you can flip the board over and then it looks like this board here, which is rough back. So when we do put the barn back up, all the boards on the outside, because I'm not a fan of the brown, we're just going to flip the board around, and what you're going to see is going to be this here. We'll clean that up, and then we're also going to cut some new batten. So this type of siding is called board batten. This here goes over the seams, and that covers the seam up to keep any water and moisture from getting inside. But yet it still allows the barn to breathe, expand and contract with the heat and the cold. So something new. As far as the rest of the boards in here, this all has a metal roof and then it has a shingle roof on besides. So when we go to take it apart, we have to peel off all the metal roof, which we're not going to save, and then we have to peel off the shingle roof, which we're not going to save, because you will have, just like when we took down the other barn, you're going to have a lot of hours and a lot of manpower trying to save these individual boards. So it's not really worth it in the end. You have a lot more cost into it than what it's worth. To some people, it may be worth it for all the little naily holes that are left in it, but for us and what we need it for and what we're going for, that will not be. On this end here, you can see right there, it started coming out. And there again too, this is from water damage. So when you start to get a hole in the siding or in the roof, like here, there was a on that roof line there, water got behind there. The wind gets at it. expansion, contraction, all that over the years, it starts to take its toll and separate the building. Here again, and this is just from settling, not so much water, but settling over the years. This is just on a, there's just dirt in the inside along with a concrete slab, and then the footer around the outside. So it's not, this isn't like your 4 foot frost balls. It probably goes down 2 feet. It's made out of fieldstone. After we get the barn down, get the frame down, depending on how easily it comes apart, we're going to take this stone, use it at a lower place for a retaining wall. But it's a big project to get up to that point, I should say, because like we were saying, all this has to come out the front, this has to come off the side, all the tin roof has to come down by hand, so that all has to be separated, which is going to involve the man lift and a guy to climb up there and unscrew them all. You got to have body harness, all your safety stuff. So this part we'll just peel off the SkyTrack, this tin, and then the tin up there is the stuff that all has to be unscrewed, and now we'll have to climb up there, take it down piece by piece, and then the material that's underneath it, which is going to be, I don't remember 100% if there's shingles on there or not. If there's shingles on it, then we'll have to peel them off like we did at the other barn. If there's not shingles on it, we'll just have to peel off the boards. But there too, it's one of those, we don't want to have somebody up there that's inexperienced and not real familiar with it. And since we only do it part time, we're not a full business doing it. It's not like we have a crew of 4 or 5 guys that go at it all day, every day. But then, yeah, we'll be back down to the frame and take the frame apart, label it like we did last time. When we put it back up, we want to have a clear span underneath, which looks just like it does inside of a machine shed where there's no support post. It's just one big open spot. So we'll have to talk to either an engineer or a truss company, probably a roof truss company, see what they come up with. Because we don't have to go through the same steps with this as what we did with a house barn, because there's nobody living in it. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Hopefully start it in a couple of weeks. And then after we get some siding off, then we need to get rid of all the straw and all the hay, because right now it's filled up to, when the lean-to comes off, it's filled up to there with straw and hay on the inside. So after we get some siding off, we can take a video of the inside of that. All right, so looking at the inside of the barn, this is in the basement. Here there's quite a bit of sag just from over the years. It's settled, and the weight from upstairs, you can really see in the beam. Starts high over here, goes down, goes back up over there. The same thing with the beam here. And quite a bit of the floor, there's a lot of wave to it. I don't know if you could see it from over there, but back in that beam over there, there's probably 8 inches of sag. So I'm going to say that water got through the roof over there, and then was hay and straw on top of that. And from sitting over the years, it just sagged down, more and more weight from all the rain coming in. But I could be wrong. So these beams we probably will not salvage just because of the bow in them. They're nice and long, but since they're bowed, maybe we can cut some straight boards out of them. They are hand hewn. You do have whitewash on them. Whitewash was a protectant put on years ago by the farmers. They would have companies come in and put whitewash on the walls and underneath here to help with the moisture protection. And the free stalls we won't keep. Those will probably go in the recycle center. But we'll save as many boards as we can out of here. We're not going to know what's really salvageable until we get the hay and the straw out of the mow. And then from there we can assess better what boards we can and can't keep. If we can send them off to the kiln, get dried out, make something out of them, then we'll do that. If not, we will have a large burn pile. or use it in the wood furnace to heat the shop when it's back up.